Hi, my name's Kamana and welcome to Holistic Nomads TV, where ancient wisdom and modern science can help you have more clarity and energy in your life. And today we're doing question and answer from the public. People write in and we clarify either on previous YouTube videos or their own personal health questions. And this question comes from Issa and she's in Vancouver. She says, you said Prakriti doesn't change, but later on you said that different traumatic events in life will change the amount of each level of dosha. So how does that work? What's changing exactly? Thank you. Happy to answer this for you, Issa. What we're looking at here is the difference between Prakriti dosha and Vikriti dosha. And these are different ways that we can look at the dosha inside our body. So for those that are not familiar with this language at all, we have Vata, Pitta and Kapha. They are doshas. And one way of translating them is a body type. Another way is a defect, a tendency of disease that could happen inside the system. So first I've mentioned that Prakriti dosha doesn't change over our whole life. It's sort of like our genetics. We're born a certain disease tendencies, what might be inherited from our parents, from the environment, from all of the things that happened at the moment of birth. So Ayurveda says, what was the ratio of doshas inside the parents? Their Prakriti, their birth constitution, and also what was their present imbalance, Vikriti. We'll explain that in a moment. What was the environment, the weather that was happening, the season? What was the time of day? All of these things are influencing to create your birth constitution, fixed for life. And then we have Vikriti. This is the present ratio of doshas depending on what you've been exposed to over life. So this is what I was talking about changing depending on traumatic experiences and other things that we're exposed to. They will influence our Vikriti, our present state of the doshas. So I'm going to tell a little bit of story to understand that in an easier way. Imagine a really large, heavy-set islander type, maybe coming from Samoa or one of these Pacific islanders. They have a very large tendency towards Kapha constitution. It doesn't mean that all of them are, but as a generalization, they have more of this Kapha body type. It means larger bones, larger muscles, more of a round face, and a more of a relaxed, easygoing attitude in the mind. So this Kapha Samoan body type, he moves to Australia and he meets his girlfriend there and she's a thinner body type. She loves to dance, she likes to move a lot, she likes to go out and party and dance all night long. And she has more of a Vata type constitution, a thinner body type, very creative mind, likes to be active and do lots of different things. So they have very different birth constitutions, Prakriti, that's their birth constitution. Yet now, he starts to do some of her lifestyle and she likes to take drugs and party all night long. She's taking speed, methamphetamines, she dances until the sunrise. And he says, oh, okay, I'm gonna try this for a while. He does it for 2 years with her, taking these methamphetamines, dancing, really living it up, going for it. And eventually he starts to go, oh, it's starting to imbalance me. These activities, dance, methamphetamines, they're all stimulants. They're Vata aggravating substances, Vata aggravating lifestyle factors. So for him, with his Kapha constitution, his Vata is starting to increase. He's starting to get a little bit of paranoia. Maybe his mind isn't working as sharply as before. Maybe he's not sleeping as well. These start to influence him, but it hasn't really affected him in such a big way. Maybe he's a little bit thinner than he was before, but he still never looked like me. He still looked like a big guy, a little bit thinner. However, his Vata girlfriend really starting to get aggravated. She's total paranoia, can't sleep properly, not able to digest things and her digestive system isn't working. Lots of allergies, intolerances and other things are coming up. The system is not working well. The nervous system, the eyes are fluttering. She can't stay focused on things. Because her constitution, her Prakriti was Vata, she had the tendency to imbalance Vata much easier. So now when she lived that Vata imbalancing lifestyle and substances, it got much more out of control. At this point, they both come and see me. They come to get a consultation from me and I start treating him, and all I really need to do is take out the cause, get a few early sleeps in, and his body's going to be fine. His constitution is going to balance that naturally. For her, I needed to introduce a lot of herbal medicine, specific self-talk programs to be able to not do that stuff anymore, to enable her to do good Vata activities, creativity, arts, planning, dreaming, and not necessarily using the Vata in its most destructive ways, but more of its most creative and life-serving ways. So the treatment program for her was much more intensive, with lots of diet, lifestyle, specific herbal medicines to rejuvenate the nervous system for her. And that's the difference between Prakriti and Vikriti. Vikriti changes day to day, moment to moment. You probably need a practitioner to assess it, or you can look at the dominant signs and symptoms that you're experiencing and see which dosha they relate to. Prakriti doesn't change over our whole life. It's related to genetics and birth. It represents what we are susceptible to, what disorders we might get imbalanced with easily over our life. In this case, the Samoan guy, he would have been much more imbalanced by the cheesecake diet for 2 years. It really would have disturbed his body if he went into a sedentary lifestyle, not moving at all. That would have created disease quite quickly for him. So Prakriti, Vikriti, two different things. Prakriti doesn't change, Vikriti changes moment to moment. And there are different ways to assess the dosha inside our body. I hope that's been helpful for you. Really happy to share anything related to health and healing. If you have any questions for us, you can submit your questions at holisticnomads.com/ask, and be sure to subscribe to YouTube here so you're notified when your question is answered. Look forward to sharing with you in the future. Until then, all the best. And be short.
Yeah, we need to do that again.